The Premier League has someone very special on its hands.
That's what he does. You cannot keep him quiet.
There would appear to be no limits.
The Etihad expects, and Erling Haaland always delivers.
He is a one-man wrecking ball.
Preternatural goal-scoring phenomenon. Raised in Norway, but made in Manchester.
Erling Haaland might be the best striker in the world, but away from the pitch, he's a beast for the wrong reasons. Insane fights, cussing a manager, cheating on his friend, and even a smelly tactic that has him disgusting his opponents? This is the dark side to Erling Haaland you didn't know, and first up, he wasn't even supposed to be a footballer. The guy scores goals for a living, but the truth is, if it had all worked out for him, he could have been doing something else. See, years back, Haaland and his buddies Eric Sandberg and Eric Botheim were messing around one day when they suddenly decided to hit a new career path. At the time, all three were actively pursuing football until they got into the studio one day and decided to create this. And just like that, Flow Kings was born. Unfortunately, this was the only song they managed to produce. They went back to focus on football. Imagine Haaland on a beat with guys like Future or even Jay-Z. He would have been pulling up to Wembley with a mic in his hand instead of boots. He's long since become one of the best strikers in the world, but I guess that rap life just never left him because on this day, he's a party freak. When it comes to balling out, Haaland doesn't miss. I've seen him wear some of the best outfits in the game, from rocking Gucci bags to shopping crazy, and when it's time to unwind, Haaland has the same energy too. Right after playing his final game for Dortmund before moving to Man City, you would have probably expected him to be all emotional and stuff, but instead, the guy was out partying. In his freaking tracksuit, who the heck does that? Haaland takes the party life seriously the same way he does on the pitch, to be fair, when you spend that much time with Jack Grealish. I guess you can't help it. Really starting to think Grealish has something to do with one of Haaland's dark habits, and this one almost landed him away from the pitch and inside a prison cell. Erling Haaland does alcohol. Again, it's the Jack Grealish effect. After Manchester City won the league on the last day of the season to see out Arsenal's challenge, they decided to have a party to celebrate. You know, a nice time. It shouldn't have been anything over the top. They had an FA Cup game coming up in a matter of days. The thing is, by the time the pictures of the after party came out, Haaland looked different. Bro was wasted. He looked like he had been the life of the party and didn't know which planet he was in. Heck, back in Dortmund, some even thought he was drinking before entering a league game. Hey man, I don't know what that is, but what I do know is that energy drinks aren't supposed to taste bitter like that. The look on his face seems like it was something else. When he's on a roll, he's on a roll. And the Champions League party in 2023 after City won the treble, Haaland was on smoke. Quite literally, look at the size of the cigar he just puffed. Huge. I guess when you take that much alcohol or that much smoke, it kind of turns you into an animal, or at least gives you the eating habits of one. Haaland eats like a polar bear ready to go into hibernation. When he first burst onto the scene, the news about Haaland was how he had gotten hold of Cristiano Ronaldo's diet and copied the same thing to turn himself into a beast, thanks to Patrice Evra visiting his dad and giving them the info. In Ronaldo's diet, it includes eating up to 6 times a day. It's not junk food like cheeseburgers and pizza, it's different. This one involves eating healthy, very healthy, even foods like seagrass, vegetables, spaghetti, fish, rice, beans, all that healthy stuff, eating it in different proportions at different hours during the day. Haaland copied the same thing and left one of his teammates completely surprised. I've never seen anyone eat like him. He eats like a bear. The dude speaking here is Joshua King, Haaland's teammate at the international level. What Haaland eats, though, is on another level. Cow hearts and livers, steak, the guy eats 6,000 calories a day. No wonder he plays like a beast. He can also act like one too. When you eat as much as he does, you tend to let it out in different ways. Brace up guys, because Haaland's special way is pretty disgusting. When it comes to facing defenders, Haaland has a special way of beating them that involves what he eats. Not necessarily his diet, but how his body processes food. I could tell you, but I'd rather just show you instead. Goretzka was covering up his nose like that because Haaland had just farted in front of the guy. I mean, that's dark. While players like Ronaldo and Messi rely on their dribbling to beat defenders, Haaland uses the gas from his intestines to scare them off. There's no way I'm staying close to him after that, even if the coach asks me to detail him. I mean, to even think of doing this in a live game is crazy enough, but maybe that's how the guy just is. Sometimes, though, he takes it too far, like a few weeks back when he switched up in the biggest game of the season. Wait, hold on. You still haven't subscribed to Total Footy? You're missing out. Luckily, I've got you. Hit that subscribe button to get all the action. Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. For context, the two of them went head-to-head for the league last season, and City only managed to edge it with 2 points. The second meeting between the two teams was always going to be tough. Arteta and his team had a game plan to stop City, but only a few minutes in, Haaland took off. Later on, though, City somehow found themselves 2-1 behind. They were chasing the game, and Arsenal did everything to hang on in the end. City got the equalizer, and in that moment, the cameras caught something Haaland did which was just wrong. Gabriel was covering his face after City had just scored the late equalizer, and Haaland threw the ball at him on the head. Could have started a fight like that. He didn't stop there too. The cameras caught him again. I mean, come on, man, that's the opposition's manager. Why the heck are you telling him to stay humble? When Gabriel Jesus tried to correct him on it, he wasn't having it and told the guy to move off. Wonder what gives him the guts like that. He's probably gotten this one off his other idol. Just in case you did not know, Haaland has made it clear who his two idols in football are: Cristiano Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, we all know the type of guys these two are. Ronaldo does have an ego, but he's a chill guy. Zlatan, on the other hand, well, when Zlatan loses it, it's always chaos. Seems Haaland has adopted that mentality too. The fight with Arteta is proof, and to be honest, the guy seems like he would have a go at anyone these days. For a guy who started as chill, when he loses it, Haaland can be dangerous. A proper damn house just like Zlatan was back in the day. It's even got into his speech too. Haaland can tone it down with the cuss words. Now, being a professional footballer and all, it's easy to hear a lot of cuss words used throughout games. But these dudes are professionals and know off the pitch, they don't do that. Haaland, on the other hand, he couldn't care less. The guy couldn't stop cussing in a post-match interview. Won't be the first time he's doing it though. After City won the league in 2023, in the last home game of the season, Jack Grealish was being interviewed by a reporter for Sky TV, and Haaland decided to gate-crash the interview with the F word.
Got some really big boy. Talking to the devil. I fucking love you, you know that.
Yo, bro, I get you're excited and all, but chill, kids are watching. Heck, he once used a cuss word so bad, the reporter had to caution him. Damn, I guess the man can't help it. That's just who he is. He doesn't give a... Whoa, watching him say all that almost made me use one. With all these qualities, you'd probably be thinking Haaland might find it pretty hard to get a partner or someone who isn't after him because of the fame. And if you did, you'd be wrong. He's got a friend, and yeah, she plays football too. Haaland's partner, Isabel Hong-Sang Johansen, is a professional footballer who plays for Bryn Football Club in Norway, a couple that plays ball interesting. The two of them initially started with a relationship low-key, but in 2023, after achieving his lifetime goal of winning the Champions League, Haaland's partner flew over to celebrate with her man, and the two of them shared a moment. Look at that! The one time Haaland's got a soft spot, and it's for his girl. The two of them met back in Norway while Haaland was still in Bryn, and despite the fame and level he's gotten to, they're still together. The love of his life, or is she? Fun fact, if you're watching Isabel, you might want to skip this part because Haaland revealed to the world a few months back, which is something you would not want to hear. It's his match balls. I know, pretty weird. Haaland has a thing for his match balls though. Every time he scores, he loves to sleep in bed with them, especially his Champions League ones. If I'm doing the math correctly, then he's been in bed with 23 balls. That's the number of hat-tricks he's got in his career. He's got 11 for Manchester City alone, staggering. Back in 2019, when he first burst onto the scene at Salzburg, I'm pretty sure Haaland and Isabel weren't seeing them because he took his love for match balls to a whole new level and told the world on live TV. They lie in bed and I sleep with them. I look at them every day. The best thing is to score goals, and Salisbury. I have 5 match balls and they're my girlfriends. Ouch. How the heck is he coming out to admit that much about balls, man? What a guy! Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and comment down below, and while you're at it, be sure to hit that subscribe button to the channel so you don't miss out on anything.